Welcome back to Sawyerridgefarm. I'm Jacob, and today we're going to be setting up a new raised bed. Now, if you saw our previous video on how to make a raised bed, it's the exact same thing. The dimensions are a little different, but we're going to be putting this new raised bed in this area, and we're going to be using a lot of different methods on filling it and just kind of what we did right now. So what we did prior to all this is in this area, this is our raised bed garden. I tilled in this whole area that we weren't really using because we didn't have any beds in here. It was just part of the fenced in area. Now we've been putting wood chips on this area for I think about 2 or 3 years now. We just haven't done anything just to keep the weeds down. And let me tell you, whenever I tilled this up, I mean, if you saw our previous video in our in-ground garden, you can tell that the tiller didn't get down very well just because the ground's new and everything, and it was a little wet. But I'm telling you, when I first tilled this up, it just sank. I mean, the tiller just went down. I mean, you can kind of see right now, I'm in like a hole. And this is just me mainly. I didn't do any digging. I just brought a shovel out today just to kind of clean up the edges. But literally all this was done with a tiller and a rake. This ground was very, very soft. So I really like this wood chip method. It really softens up the soil a lot. And so what we're going to be doing, sticking our bed in here, and it's going to be a, let me see if I say this right, Hugelkultur bed. We've never done it before, but we've been doing a lot of research and stuff like that, and it's a way you can fill your raised bed, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about it, and we'll go into depth, but you pretty much just fill the bottom of it with like rotten wood and stuff like that, just logs, and over time it kind of breaks down and gives nutrients, and there's just a lot of benefits of doing it. And you fill your bed up and you don't have to use a whole lot of soil in an aspect of it. And right now, all this dirt, you see this big mound that you can see right here, this is all from this area. And what I'm going to do is fill this one bed, with some wood and stuff, just any organic matter. And I'm going to use this dirt to put in here to fill it and see how much it is, because we're not trying to go off and getting a lot of stuff going out in town a lot. So we're just going to see how much of this dirt right here will fill up this bed and just see how far it gets us and just see what it does. Got it? Alright, so as you can tell, we got our bed in good, wasn't too hard, and I just want to address a question that we got a lot in our making one of these raised beds is, what do you do with the soil? Is it going to blow out the bottom or bend out the sides? And guys, really it doesn't do that. It's just this roofing tin is very sturdy. It's not going to just bend them out. But what we do, just to be sure, just so you have an ease of mind, this one we don't really have to do it because I already made like a trench. I mean, I dug it out, so it has a kind of a natural trench. But what you do is, if you make one of these and you're worried about that, just get a shovel and come up to where your bed is. And this is, so if the bed's right here, just kind of press down, and you have just like this little crevice right here. And you do that all along your bed, and then you just set your bed inside that little trench. And so you only need to go down just a few inches just to hold the bottom down. And it'll never bow out or anything. That's how we did all of our other raised beds. Now they were only a foot tall, so even more likely for it not to happen, but that's what we did just to be a safety precaution if you're worried about it bowing out. But I've seen other people make these beds out of the galvanized tin, like the roof, the like barn tin, and they didn't put, like, it seemed like it would bow out, and they haven't had any issues with it that I've seen. So I'm not too concerned about it bowing out, but that's what we do to kind of prevent that. We kind of got this as level as possible. It kind of looks right now a little janky, but when you live on a hillside, nothing's ever really leveled and everything's going to be kind of offset. It's just kind of the downside of living on a hillside. So right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting down our weed barrier, which is going to be cardboard for this bed. So we're going to go get that, and then we're going to start putting some just random logs and stuff in there like that to fill this bed up as much as we can.
So we got the cardboard in the raised bed, and the goal or the idea behind the Hugelkultur method is to fill the bottom with organic materials, which is why we're putting in cardboard that will decompose over time and not like a plastic or anything. We're just putting cardboard in there, and also the like Jacob said, the logs that will also decompose over time. So this
branches and everything. That's the main thing. Like, a lot of people use it in the raised beds, but the typical actual Hugelkultur, you actually just get a mound of like logs and stuff, and then you mound dirt over it and plant on top of that. It's the same method. We're just doing it more in a raised bed type system.
Yeah, and like we said, that we've never tried this before, so we're gonna see how it works out. And it works good for us because we don't have to like go out and buy a bunch of soil or compost or anything, because with these 2-foot beds, that's a lot of soil and medium to like. It's a lot of volume. It's a lot of volume to fill. So anything that will help to where you don't have to fill it as much is awesome for us. We don't want to have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. So yeah, the way that we're doing it, you know, the beds are 2 foot deep, but we might only have to fill a foot of it. So yeah, you really only need about, I think, for planting like 12 inches. So really the only top part, you know, the top 12 inches is what like the roots kind of go down into, probably depending on your plants. You know, we're not experts, but that's what everything been saying. So we got the cardboard in, and now we're going to start putting the logs in there and the sticks.
right, so we're just about to wrap up. We, I think, got our last load of wood slash there's a little bit of dirt and leaves and everything, but we really kind of like this project because we're actually doing multiple projects in one project. So doing this raised bed, you know, is the project we're trying to do right now, is a fillet, but also you can see all this wood and just all these limbs and leaves and just kind of dirt that was around the property that we've been meaning to clean up. We just, you know, kind of been a little lazy and haven't done it. But this is perfect because we get to fill it in here. We get to use what nature gave us, and we're cleaning up nature in an aspect too around our property, making it look nice, and we're using what we're cleaning up in this Hugelkultur bed. So it's kind of neat just doing multiple projects to finish one project. But we're gonna dump this I think this is gonna be our last wheelbarrow load, and we're gonna see kind of where we're at, and then we're probably gonna finish it off, put in the dirt, and see how much we got it filled.
Alright guys, so we are done with this bed for today. We got most of it filled up. I mean, we probably lack a few inches on the top, but that's okay. We got, for the size of it, I think we did pretty good on filling it for like $0.
Yeah,
so
for sure. We didn't really put anything in it at all.
No.
We just literally, it was all of our sticks and just this pretty good dirt here in our walkway and everything.
Yeah, and so like maybe later on, if we need to, we can buy maybe a couple of bags of just like potting soil or something like that, which it wouldn't take much at all, just to kind of top this off a little bit and put some soil on there. And that's if we need to. We're probably not even going to do that, but
guys, we really appreciate y'all stopping by our channel and watching our video. If you got any questions, just leave them in the comments, and we're going to leave you with a special ending here in a few seconds. But I just kind of want to give you a little bit of encouragement just with everything going on. And guys, right now I believe is one of the best times to start a garden. Just get out there and plant some stuff as much as you possibly can. If you physically can't do it, pay someone to do it, you know, let them do it. Just try. If there's a will, there's always a way.
Yeah.
So get out there and plant some gardens. But guys, as always, take care, God bless, and Semper Fi.